You ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefit, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
This Photoshop job of the College Football 27 cover for this year is atrocious. Like, who made this? It's so bad.
This is the deluxe edition. So you have to pay extra to get Kurt Signetti on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're paying extra to get Kurt Signetti?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Whole city turns up. Where the best belong. Never love. Shit, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love. Yeah, never love. Bluff City show out, gotta never love. Never love. Shit, never love. Got soul, got heart, got pride, gotta never love. Yeah, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love.
From the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right. I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. Speaking from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum. We're in downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for the FedEx St. Jude Championship because it's golf week here in Memphis, Tennessee. The PGA Tour is in town. Scotty, Rory, most of the biggest names in the sport going to be out at TPC Southwind this week. We'll dive in momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. The next segment, about 20 minutes, Michael Eve's going to join me. He, of course, among other things, hosts SportsCenter for ESPN. I'll talk to him about a number of things, including all the big topics in the WNBA. Michael Eves will join me in the next segment. Finish talking to him, take a break, come back. 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories, among them the University of Memphis held its Tiger Football Fan Fest this weekend at New Look Simmons Bank. I gather it mostly went well. We'll touch on that in about 40 minutes. UConn coach Dan Hurley, he had some interesting thoughts about his colleagues in college basketball taking late edition fifth-year players after a court ruling recently made a whole bunch of them eligible. I'll read you his quote. We'll do that a little later on in the show. What a weekend for St. Benedict graduate Kalen Culpepper. Got called up Friday by the Minnesota Twins, homered in his second big league at bat in what was an eventual 8-6 victory in Milwaukee. Just an awesome moment for the former first-round pick from right here in Memphis. We're going to show you that home run. We'll do it in the third segment. Top 5 pick Cardell Tate made a nice catch this weekend. Bennett, I can tell by the way he's sending me highlights. He's getting fired up about his Tennessee Titans. We're going to let him. We're going to let him do it. We're going to do that a little later on in the show. And In and Out is being sued by a woman for religious discrimination. I think almost from the jump, just if I don't need to know much, just from that alone, I'm probably going to side with In and Out, right? Okay. But then I read the story, and I'm telling you, I'm definitely siding with the In and Out. I'll walk you through it. We'll do it during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's Carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I did want to start with the FedEx St. Jude Championship because the field is now set for the 4-day tournament that's going to get underway Thursday and conclude with a final round on Sunday out at TPC Southwind. It's a huge week for the city, for the hospital, for the course. Top 70 players in the FedEx Cup points qualified for Memphis. As of this morning, 69 of those 70 are expected to be here. The lone exception is Daniel Berger. He, of course, is a 2-time champion out at TPC Southwind. His last professional round was July 17th, so he hasn't played competitive golf in 3+ weeks. He's 60th in FedEx Cup points, but he has reportedly opted out of the playoff. So his loss, not ours. His loss, not ours. Big Bet Bennett, it's good to see you on this Monday morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know you're neither a golfer nor a golf fan, but you are a Memphian.
Yes.
With a great beard who loves his city. If I put tickets in your hand, will you take your lovely wife and children to TPC Southwind to watch Scotty, Rory, and most of the other best golfers in the world compete for a trophy at the same course where, as a young man, I once watched Michael Jordan play 18 holes?
Do you got tickets?
Yeah, I can get you tickets.
You got tickets? I mean, I might actually.
But I'm not asking you to come out your own pocket. I'm saying if I could put them in your hand, can you take your boys out to TPC Southwind?
Yes, I absolutely. Well, I don't need tickets for them, do I?
No,
they get in free.
Yeah, but I got to put tickets in your hand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I can get the Doyle family out to enjoy the golf tournament. We ain't gonna have this type of thing too much longer. You probably heard that news last week. So I just want you to appreciate what we have while we have it.
I got a wedding Saturday night, and so I'm a little nervous of how it would feel Sunday in that heat. But possibly Saturday or early Saturday.
I think early
Saturday, maybe Friday.
Maybe Friday.
Maybe Friday.
Yeah. Hey, I'll put a bunch of tickets. Hey, you can pick. You go whenever you want to go. All right.
Okay.
I'm fired up. I love this week. I love being out there. I love looking out at that course.
I always have a good time there.
I love looking out at that course and going, man, these are the best golfers in the world, and they're just out here on the same course that me and my buddies get to hang out at sometimes. This is cool to watch them be here. And as you know, last week delivered some not so great news. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer again, but there are only, if you really put pen to paper and start doing the math, there's 8 more days.
No.
8 more days. 8 more days. 8 more days possibly ever on which you'll be able to go to TPC Southwind and actually watch the best golfers in the world compete for this year, for next year. And then barring a surprise, it's over. So that cloud is kind of hanging over things a little bit. Do you think it impacts the experience for people, or is it possible to have fun even if you know deep down you're getting dumped by these people?
No, I don't think
because I can't stop thinking about getting dumped.
I don't think that it will matter much at all. I think people that are like golf fans that always go to this thing and come in from all over the area will do the exact same thing they normally do.
I will do the exact same thing I always do, but when I see somebody from the PJ Tour and they're like, hey, GP, how you been? I'm just going to look at them like, man, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, don't talk to me.
We can shun those people.
Yeah, like when I see somebody from the PGA Tour, normally I'd see somebody from the PGA Tour.
Still taking out on Rory.
Normally I'd see somebody on the PGA Tour and I'd be like, hey, it's good to see you. How you been? Good to see you again. And this time I see somebody from the PGA Tour and I think I'm going to go, you know what you did.
Yeah.
You know what you did.
Yeah.
All right. So don't come over here like, GP, how you been? It's great to be back. Don't talk to me about it's great to be back.
Yeah.
You could have been back as much as you wanted.
That's right. That's right.
You dumped us.
Feels that way.
I know I will carry that around. I trust
you're a grudge holder.
I trust most people won't. I trust most people are more mature and less weird, so they won't be carrying that around with them this week. But I'm going to carry it around. I don't know how not to. I'm working on it. I'm trying to learn how not to.
Yeah,
but
I think they will.
Work in progress.
I think they will continue to get big crowds this year and next year, and then the year after that, we'll see.
And then we'll see. It does kind of. This isn't quite apples to oranges, but maybe you'll know maybe you'll catch the sentiment. It feels a little like when the Titans were here.
I knew you were going to say this.
They played in Memphis on their way to Nashville. And so, like, we had, for people who are too young and might not know this, we had real NFL games at the Liberty Bowl.
Yes.
Like regular season.
My first NFL. It's how I became a Titans fan.
Yeah, right. That's what we have real NFL regular season games at the Liberty Bowl. But broadly speaking, the city did not support it because it wasn't ours.
Yeah, or the city didn't support the Titans. There were people there supporting the other
Steelers.
teams. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I believe I have a memory of like the Liberty Bowl being filled with Steelers fans.
Yes, they were initially supposed to play here for 2 seasons while Nissan Stadium was getting built in
And they
Nashville.
pulled that after one.
I believe it was the home finale. It was Oilers, Tennessee
Okay, yeah.
Oilers, and it was all yellow and black. All yellow and black. And Bud Adams, who was the Titans owner at the time, rest in peace, he was like, we'll go play at Vanderbilt Stadium next year.
If I remember correctly, they didn't have the NFL stadium in Nashville yet.
Yep.
But they got the team.
Yep.
And it was going to be Tennessee's team, but they were going to play in Nashville. And I guess they looked at everything and decided, if we're going to play in the state of Tennessee, the best place to do it right now would be at the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, 65,000 seats.
As opposed to Vanderbilt Stadium. Like in that moment, the Liberty Bowl was a better option in a vacuum for the Oilers than Vanderbilt Stadium. So they brought them here, but what they didn't properly gauge is that you can bring it here and say, come on, Memphis, it's Tennessee's team, but there's such an inferiority complex in that relationship that it felt like we're just sort of allowing Nashville's team to be here on their way to Nashville. And the city of Memphis kind of just shunned the Oilers, like didn't care. I know you did, but most people didn't. And this feels a little bit like that, at least for me. I know the golf tournament is ours. It's not on its way to Nashville, but it is on its way out of here. It will never be the same, barring a big surprise after 2027, because starting in 2028, the top 120 players on the PGA Tour will play on something that's called the Championship Series. And those players will not be coming to Memphis, even if we still have a tournament, because what we learned last week is that Memphis will not be a stop on the Championship Series portion of the PGA Tour. We might have a secondary tournament, and they can call it whatever they want to call it, and I'll try to be as respectful as I can be, but I will also never lie to you. That tournament, if we continue to have one in 2028, if it's not on the Championship Tour Series, and it won't be, that's what we learned last week, it will be a minor league tournament. You'll have the top 120 players in the world, Scotty, Rory, and another 118, and they'll play those tournaments, and then we'll get people who can't be in the top 120. We've gotten used to, like this week, maybe this is the way to put it, we're going to watch the Dodgers and Yankees play baseball. And in 2 years, we will be watching the Redbirds and another AAA team play baseball. That's what it's going to be. Obviously, that stinks. But if we can compartmentalize that a little bit, let's just try to focus on the good.
Okay.
And the good is that this week, most of the best golfers in the world are going to be out at TPC Southwind. Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Ricky Fowler, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Max Homa, Jordan Spieth, Cam Young, Wyndham Clark, so on and so forth. Among the notables not to make it, because they didn't finish in the top 70, Brooks Koepka, Tony Finau, Jason Day, Keegan Bradley, the Brooks Koepka development. That means we also lose Jenna Sims. No Jenna Sims at Southwind. That's a bummer. But we still have most of the big names in golf, including a rising star named Jackson Koiven. Are you familiar with Jackson Koiven?
I am not.
Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about this guy.
Okay.
21 years old, born in California, moved to Chapel Hill, North Carolina while he was in high school. Went to college at Auburn. SEC Player of the Year in golf in 2024, 2025, and in 2026. Became the #1 ranked amateur golfer in the world while at Auburn. Tied for 23rd at the U.S. Open as an amateur just a couple of months ago, back in June. And then right after that, he turned pro. And since then, he's made 5 starts on the PGA Tour. He won the 3M Open at TPC Twin Cities last month. That was his 3rd start on tour. He won the whole thing. Finished tied for 10th at the ISCO Championship 2 weeks before that. So in 5 starts on tour, he's finished top 35 4 times. Only missed 1 cut. Finished tied for 29th this past weekend, yesterday at the Wyndham Championship. And that was enough to allow him to qualify for the FedEx Cup playoffs. Here's a fact for you. Since the FedEx Cup playoffs moved to a 70-player starting field, No player had ever qualified for it in fewer than 13 starts. And Jackson Coyven did it in 5. The only other person to make the FedEx Cup playoffs in 5 or fewer starts in the history of the sport is a fellow named Tiger Woods. And when Tiger did it, the field was actually 125 players. Again, this field is just top 70. And Jackson Coyven qualified for it with 5 starts on tour, 6 if you count his tied for 23rd finish at the U.S. Open that came just before he turned pro.
Man.
Crazy talent. At the 3M Open a few weeks ago in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, shot a 61 in the 3rd round on Saturday and had a tournament record 28 on the back 9. 28 is outrageous. Had Scotty Scheffler trying to walk him down, and he was able to hold off the number 1 ranked golfer in the world. So looking forward to seeing him this week. Here's what he said, Jackson Coyven, yesterday after he qualified for the FedEx St. Jude Championship. He said, quote, "I wanted to make the playoffs, but I knew that was a far-fetched goal when I got started. I told myself, if I would have told myself back in June that I'd be sitting at 70, I think I'd be pretty happy. So now I just have to go to Memphis, hopefully get there with a carefree attitude, get some good prep work in, and try to keep climbing." So if you want to see a future star out of TPC Southwind, he's out there this week. Jackson Coyven is his name. Yeah, the current stars and all the biggest names, they're going to be out there too. Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy, Jordan Spieth. They'll have the biggest galleries. But if you're a dad like me or a mom or anybody, you want to go lay your eyes on the next great thing, take your kids out there, show them the next great thing, that's the next great thing.
Okay.
He's already doing it.
I might have to sprinkle a little bit.
He's okay, Bennett. Okay, Bennett.
You know, this tournament, like if you go back and look at the history of winners, like even since it's been, you know, like when it went from the World Golf Championship and then to this current version that it's in now, like it hasn't been just like the stars always winning this thing. Like it's
well, Daniel Berger won it twice,
right?
You know, there you go.
Amongst big stars, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like it's kind of like with this one specifically. I feel like it's kind of fun to maybe pick a favorite or two that is kind of a name that nobody's super familiar with.
And you want to get on the 21-year-old.
That's what I mean, did you not just mention him in the same vein as Tiger Woods at that age?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Last year, Justin Rose. Before that, Hideki Matsuyama. Before
those
that,
are big names.
Lucas Glover. Lucas Glover is just Lucas Glover.
Right.
I mean, we respect Lucas Glover.
But still.
And his swamp ass. We respect Lucas Glover and his swamp ass.
Yeah.
But he's Lucas Glover, you know. Will Zalatoris before that.
Yeah.
We respect Will Zalatoris.
Right, but it's not a name that just pops into people's heads.
Tony Finau before that.
Tony's a name,
Not going to have him this week.
but he's not going to be there.
No, but like, I mean, like a tradition going out the Southwind, and people are like, Tony Finau, where he be now? You can't.
That hurts a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
I'm sure they're sad
You
about
cannot
that over
walk
there.
a hole with Tony Finau without hearing somebody yell that. And not just Vernon. I don't mean just when Vernon's out there doing it all day long.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like kids and other people. We're going to miss that. We're going to miss out on some stuff. But we got some good stuff. Like you say, it's not always the biggest names that win this tournament. Sometimes you get a Lucas Glover or Will Zalatoris. Maybe this time it'll be the young star from Auburn.
Let's go.
The 21-year-old. I do mean this sincerely. Like, when I look for Grizzlies games to take my kids to, I want them to go see Anthony Edwards. I want them to go see Nikola Jokic. I want them to go see Wemby. I want them at different times in their life to be able to say, yeah, I saw that person in person. I saw that person in person. I didn't get to do that a lot when I was a kid because we didn't have the NBA here.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to a lot of things. But I like the idea that a few weeks ago, like my kids got to watch Shohei Ohtani play baseball.
Right.
And this week, they'll get to watch Scotty Scheffler and Roy McIlroy play golf. Like, that's a cool thing. And if you're looking for the next great thing, the future star, it's Jackson Coyven, the 21-year-old from Auburn. I'll talk to Michael Lees about him next.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Everybody says about you, they're like, he wins at every level, right? He won in high school, he won in AAU, he won in college. Just explain to me how. Like, what is winning basketball?
I mean, I think it's just showing up every day. You know, I don't cheat the game. I show up at work, I have high energy, great coaching. First and foremost, I've always been surrounded by great coaches and players who really want to buy in and win. People talk about my winning, but you can't do that without a team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Show. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and on Mondays in the second segment, I'm joined by Michael Eaves, who, of course, among other things, hosts Sports Center for ESPN. He's here right now. Michael Eaves, it's good to see you. Before we get talking about everything we're going to talk to me about the Michael Eaves Classic and Celebrity Pro-Am. I saw that this weekend. It looked fun.
Yeah, man, it was a really good time. I don't know if you know this or not, Gary, but I'm on the board for the APGA tour, and it's a minor league golf tour trying to give young aspiring golfers more opportunities to compete, work on their games, and eventually make their way up to the PGA Tour. And our CEO and founder hit me a few months ago and said, "Hey, you want to put your name on one of our tournaments?" And I was like, I don't know, it's kind of short notice. Like, what's the schedule? And we honed in on New Orleans. And I just want to bring a little more awareness to the tour and have some friends come out who also love golf and give them an idea of what it's like to play with real golfers, like guys who play for money on the regular. And it couldn't have come off any better. The Pro-Am the day before the tournament, Ryan Clark and Jamel Hill's team tied, so we did a putt-off on the green. Of course, Ryan Clark wins. And the funny part, Gary, the two people who would have celebrated winning the most would have been Jamel and Ryan, and those two came in a playoff. That couldn't have been any better. And then for the 36-hole event, Andrew Fernandez, a young golfer who had never won on the tour before, goes to a 3-man playoff. Par 5 18th there at TPC Louisiana, hits it from 253 to 3 feet, makes the eagle, and wins his first event with his girlfriend carrying his clubs for him. So it was just a cool story all the way around. I don't think it could have gotten any better from a storyline standpoint. And so I'm already looking forward to next year. I think I might make it a little bit bigger next year.
That sounds amazing. And the point you make about putting normal golfers with like real golfers and just letting them see, it's not just what it looks like. It obviously looks different. it sounds so different is the thing that I have never gotten past. I've played in a couple of pro-ams and been lucky enough to, like, you know, play around here or there. Like, I look up and pinch myself like I'm on a golf course with Lauren Roberts. Like, I mean, like that's and Doug Barron I played with, or Rachel Heck. And the thing that's different, a PGA Tour player, somebody of that caliber, the sound. You could close your eyes and let me tee off, let you tee off, and then let an actual pro tee off, and you could tell just by the sound who's who. It's just amazing the way they're just playing a different sport.
Yeah, because they hit the ball in the middle of the club face. Yeah. And so that right there sounds different than everybody else. But yeah, it's just everything's a different level, man. And I think the average person, the average fan, just doesn't fully understand that until they experience it firsthand. And that's across any sport. Yeah. I mean, if you go to a Major League Baseball game and you go to batting practice, right? Different players have different sounds. The guys who really hit the ball, like Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Shohei Ohtani, theirs will sound different than like the guys who just up there trying to get base hits, like Luis Ariz or Trey Turner or some of those guys. It sounds different. You go to an NBA game. Listen to when the ball goes through the net when Steph Curry shoots versus somebody else. Right. It sounds different because there are levels to this, and some people are elite at what they do, and every aspect of what they do has a different feeling than the average person doing it.
Talking to Michael Eaves here on the Gary Parrish Show. It's golf week here in Memphis, FedEx St. Jude Championship out at TPC Southwind. And it's not hard to get people excited about Roy McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler. Those are household names at this point. But I spent a little bit of the opening segment talking about Jackson Koivun, who's the 21-year-old from Auburn who won the 3M Open a few weeks ago in just his third tour start. He qualified for the playoffs in just 5 starts on tour after turning pro following a top 30 finish in the U.S.
6 starts. He missed the cut in one of them at 6 starts.
Okay, so 6, and so U.S. Open and missed the cut in 1. He's now qualified for the FedEx playoffs in a way that seemed unlikely when he started down this path. It looks like he checks every box for a future star. Are we watching a future star?
Most likely, yeah. And the reason that I make that distinction about 6 starts, Gary, is because he's the second fastest player to ever qualify for the FedEx Cup playoffs. Tiger Woods was the only guy who did it sooner. He did only 5 starts when he first came out. So that's the difference. But again, if you look at his college career and you compare it to maybe Tiger's or Phil Mickelson's, it's one of the greatest college careers we've ever seen. His freshman year is the best season ever. It's not even close how good his freshman year was. And then he qualified for the tour through the PGA Tour's college accelerator program. And he put it off a little bit. And then it's like, all right, you know what? It's time. And then he comes out, to your point, not only just wins that tournament, he won about 3 strokes. The guy in second was Scotty Scheffler. Right. Okay. And then he goes to last week, and this is where maybe he felt as much pressure here than he did probably winning that tournament. Sometimes it's easier if you're a player who's already won to have that kind of lead, as opposed to if you're a pro who's on the cusp of getting to the FedEx Cup playoffs and you need to play strong all 4 days to maintain that position. And he didn't play great, but he played strong enough to maintain that position to get into the FedEx Cup playoffs. And obviously now there's going to be a huge payday for him, regardless where he finishes here in Memphis. But if he can jump up to the top 50 and make it to the BMW next week, then that's an even bigger payday for him. And I think anyone who's going to go out to Southwind this weekend to watch him play, you could be seeing the future of the PGA Tour and Jackson Koivun. He is that good to the point where other players like to go see him play because of how well he strikes the ball.
We got the news last week, and I don't guess it was surprising, but it was still a little bit deflating that moving forward when the PGA Tour goes to this championship series, that Memphis is not going to be one of those stops, which means unless there's a surprising development over the next couple of years, we're going to watch the best golfers in the world this week. Then we'll do it again next year. And then after that, it's over. There's no way to spin it good, but you understand the tour and you understand Memphis just to the extent you thought about it at all. What did you make of TPC Southwind and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital losing what has been, at least for a while now, one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour?
I was a little surprised just because of FedEx involvement and how long it's been there. And of course, they have the name on the FedEx Cup playoff. So I was a little surprised by that in that regard. But to be completely honest, I'm not surprised they would leave the market of Memphis. Okay. Because Brian Rolap, the new CEO, about to be commissioner of the PGA Tour, has made a point that they want to go to as many large markets as possible. Well, if you're trying to go to New York, Boston, and some of these other cities that they don't have on a regular basis, that means some of these other cities are going to lose their tournament. That's the nature of the business. So that's unfortunate based on the history of this event. And to your point, also, its ties to the St. Jude Hospital. Disappointing, yes, but I'm not surprised, Gary. It's just the business of sports. If there's a place that any team or any league can go make more money, most likely they're going to do it.
Let's move to the WNBA. It was another eventful past week for that league. On one hand, you get this incredible game last week where Chelsea Gray hits the shot to send it to overtime, then hits the shot to win it. You've got the Caitlin Clark stuff. Just everything about that I just thought was awesome basketball. Like, me and my son sat down and watched that game. And then just as soon as we're celebrating an awesome basketball competition, we're back to nonsense. Just what do you make of everything that's going on with that league? It seems to have more compelling basketball storylines, at least from my perspective, than that's ever existed, and yet it can't seem to get out of its own way, or people won't allow it to get out of its own way.
I think it's a combination of, you are exactly correct. This league has never had more storylines than it has right now. And you can make an argument it's had more compelling storylines, either good or bad, than the NBA had or the NFL. This entire sporting season, nothing has been more talked about, let's say per capita, than the WNBA, right? And in some regards, I think you are right that the league cannot get out of its own way. But I think what's happening is, Gary, if you listen to the players, they have a commissioner who doesn't have the skill set to take the league forward from this point. Okay. Kathy Engelbert and the players' minds got them to this point. But once this new collective bargaining agreement happened and the influx of cash from the TV networks, they didn't believe that she is capable of going forward. And maybe because of that, you're having some of these issues, for lack of a better term, get out of hand. Because to what the players believe, she doesn't have the skill set to do it. Because if you don't want to compare sports and commissioners sometimes, but some of the other commissioners we've seen in other sports, you just don't think they would have allowed it to get to where it is right now without trying to get control of it from the inside. And Kathy Engelbert, to this point, seems unwilling or incapable of doing that. Now, then you have the other element. And this is more about where we are in society, where we are in our political space right now, that everyone is trying to weaponize everything, seemingly. And the WNBA is one of the latest targets for those social wars, if you will. And that's why you have all this attention on this particular league, because now it looks like fresh ground for someone trying to start a fire. Yeah. I don't know a better way to put it. There are people coming to this league, coming to the discourse of this league, specifically looking to sow dissent and weaponize a player, a topic, whatever, for some other benefit in their eyes. And it's a shame, because it is overshadowing some of the stellar play that we've seen. I mean, the way the Lynx have been playing, the way Olivia Miles has been playing, the Lynx clinched the playoff. But more people are going to be talking about Sophie Cunningham or Caitlin Clark or whatever, as opposed to what's really going down the league that makes us fans in the first place.
And now you've got Royce White and his Cantor trying to insert themselves into this conversation. And I said this before, but like, if you ever look up, I don't even care what topic we're on, but if you ever look up and your allies are Royce White and Enes Cantor, you might just want to look around and wonder how you got here.
You know what, Gary? That's a sign of the dismantling of journalism. I don't want to say the failure, because there's been pointed attacks on journalism. There was a time back in the day when an idiot said something stupid, you wouldn't hear about it en masse.
There you go.
But the way we do things now, with what is reporting, which is not journalism always, but reporting, and then you have mass media that is easily transmitted to your phone through social media networks, you get nonsense. Any other time, that stuff would have been ignored. No one would have paid attention to it because it was stupid, right? But now, here we go. Yeah. People, looking to bring some attention to themselves, or, again, people just trying to sow dissent and just wreck some stuff for the sake of doing it, basically.
Well, it'll be A-block stuff on a cable news network tonight, and you know which one. And so because it feeds into this,
maybe multiple,
and
quite
maybe
honestly.
multiple ones, right? And my whole thing, like I could talk about any of these issues comfortably. My main problem with this issue is not to be dismissive of it, but to I just wish we talked about it in proportion to what it actually is, because it is such a small issue in a world with bigger issues, and yet it dominates so many conversations. Like, if you are a young girl in sports, you ready for this? You're a whole bunch of times more likely to be sexually assaulted by your coach than you ever are to end up competing against a transgender woman. And yet
100%.
That's all we're talking about is and what's especially crazy is that it's all we talk about down here. Down here. Do you realize in Mississippi, you probably live your whole life without ever seeing a transgender person? Like in Tennessee, you might live your whole life without ever seeing it. And yet it's just a constant boogeyman around the corner, and the amount of oxygen it gets is crazy to me.
It's just so much ignorance.
Yes.
It's just so much ignorance that it's not a thing.
It's
just not. And someone trying to make something out of nothing. It's not a thing. Number one. Number two, do you have any idea? The average person doesn't have any idea what it takes for a person who is grown male to become a biological female. They have no idea what that means. They don't understand the therapy, the hormones, all that kind of stuff, what that process is. And that's why when Enes Kanter and Royce White say this idiocy, if you have any education whatsoever, you would understand why that just makes no freaking sense, right? But so many people are operating from this position of ignorance, not wanting to find out the real story because it will have to change their viewpoint. It's much easier to be comfortable in your ignorance than to find out the truth that makes you uncomfortable about some bullshit that you believed before. Right? That's the thing. There are not boys trying to play in girls' sports. It's just not happening. It's not. So why are we making something out of it? All right? Should men be playing with women? No, that's why there's no men in the WNBA. What are we doing? We're just talking nonsense for the sake of talking nonsense. Stop.
And talking about something that is less likely than getting struck by lightning, and talking about it all day long, every day.
There are more active chapters of the KKK in America than there are trans athletes.
Yeah.
There are more people in the Epstein files than there are trans athletes. Okay? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What matters to us here? What really matters? Because our actions, our words don't say what matters, right? Because that's so small, but this is so significant, but we want to focus on the small. Come on, man. That's not what we do.
It's outrageous. And just to circle back, and I'll get you out of here on this, I think you're spot on about the WNBA's commissioner. Like, she might have been perfectly capable of getting that league to this point, but I would side with the players here. If their fundamental belief is we don't think she is skilled enough or capable enough or talented enough to navigate us through these waters, I would just say that she has done nothing that I've seen that would suggest otherwise. She's not handling these things well, and her players are being put in tough spots every night. And I do think, like you, a different commissioner would handle this differently, and they'll probably have a different one this time next year.
But here's the thing you have to remember. She doesn't work for the players. She works for the owners. And so if the owners feel she's fine in this position because all this money that, in her position as commissioner has now filtered to those owners, they may be clearly more loyal to her than the players would ever be. But again, what becomes the breaking point that the owners would force her to resign? Because clearly at this point, she's not going to do it herself.
No. That is Michael Eaves from ESPN. Make sure you're watching him on SportsCenter. Following him on X at Michael Eaves. That's at Michael Eaves. You're the best, buddy. Congratulations on the golf tournament. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, man. See you.
All right. Bye-bye. That's Michael Eaves from ESPN. I was just thinking through it, because these WNBA players at this point, they're getting, at some point, you got to just figure out what your answer is going to be to these questions, because the questions are coming. Whether you want them or not, or whether they're appropriate or not, a whole nother conversation. But the questions are going to pop up in these press conferences. It's going to be somebody from a certain type of place really just trying to get you to say something on camera that they can use to support whatever point they're trying to make. So they're going to sit there and ask you, how do you feel about a transgender woman competing in the WNBA? And so far, most of them have struggled to just articulate an answer, because trying to thread a needle that's hard to thread. Because I really don't think there is an answer to that question that will satisfy everybody. Like, you can't answer that question in a way that will. Somebody's going to be mad at you no matter what you say. You can be as skilled of a communicator as you want. Somebody's going to be mad at you. And so the trick is just figuring out, let the crazies over here and the crazies over here be mad. But how can I be reasonable within these places? Because this is where most people are. And there's nothing you can say that's going to get all of these people or all of these people. But if you could just, who cares about them? Who cares about them? Let's focus right here. How can I navigate that? I think Coco Gauff, the tennis star, did a pretty good job in recent weeks. Go back, you can find her clip. I thought she did a pretty good job. But I think if I were a WNBA player and I'm sitting up there and one of these outlets came to me with that question, tell me if this would work. Tell me if I could just flip it on them. Rather than you try to put me in an uncomfortable spot, can I flip it and put you in an uncomfortable spot? So you come to me and you say, hey, Olivia Miles, WNBA star, how would you feel if a biological man, somebody born a boy, tried to play in this league? How would you feel about that? Tell me if this would work. If I could just flip it around, I could go, you know what? That's an interesting question. For years, people like you were just telling people like me to shut up and dribble, just play basketball. I'm just a basketball player. And now you got all these big questions for me. So that's interesting to see. You didn't want me to say anything about police brutality a few years ago. But now you want me to talk. Now you want to hear what I think about the world's issues. That's fine. But here's the truth. I think it's such a small issue. And the numbers prove that. We're more likely to get struck by lightning today, me and you both, than we are to have to compete against the person you're so scared about. There's literally none in the WNBA. Very few in all the other places you're terrified and trying to protect. So I know you got a busy schedule. I do too. And I appreciate you inviting me to talk about issues in this world outside of basketball. I know you didn't want me to before, but I appreciate you finally caring about what I think. But given that we both have a limited amount of time, if we're going to talk about issues outside of basketball, let's talk about the big ones. Let's talk about health care in this country. Let's talk about a $1 billion a day war and on the other side of the world that not everybody understands what we got involved in it for. Let's talk about when my little sister gets sick, she can't go to the doctor, even though we're the wealthiest country in the world. See, to me, all these issues are way bigger issues than the one you keep wanting to talk about. So ask me some questions about them. Let's talk about that. And then if we still got time at the end of it, and we get down to maybe the millionth thing in this world that is actually an issue that we should be talking about, I'd be happy to have the transgender conversation with you. But I just think there's so many more important things to talk about. And I'm surprised you don't think so as well. Would that be effective?
Well, I think so. I think so. I think
because that is really how I feel. If you ever want to pin me down on that topic, I will comfortably talk about it. I just think it is crazy how much oxygen that topic gets, but brilliant. If I'm, tipping my hat, a brilliant move by Republicans and conservatives because they take the smallest issue in America, like a non-existent issue in America, and they just put it front and center and hammer it home, and they get people to respond to it. They win elections on transgender, even though it's a nothing. I have neighbors who will vote for them because they're worried about a transgender something. And I promise you I could pull those same neighbors, knock on the door, look up at their Trump flag, knock on the door, and then go, have you ever even seen a transgender person, much less competed against one? Just seen one with your own eyes? And the answer would probably be no. But that's how they vote. And then they get sick and they can't go to the doctor, right? Or they enroll their kid in the Navy and now they're worried, oh my God, I think my son might end up in war. Yeah, it might. Yeah. But when you were voting, all you cared about was transgender rights. You didn't care about whether you could go to the doctor. Like poor white people who can't go to the doctor voting against their own interests just in case a transgender person shows up in a swimming pool someday. That's crazy to me. But it's effective, and it works. And now the WNBA has found itself right in the middle of that controversy. I would just flip it around. If you want to talk, you don't really give a shit about what I think about anything. You're just trying to create a little moment. But if you really want to talk to me about issues, let's talk. Let's talk. Would it work? You think if I did that or a player did that, something like that would work?
I think probably. Yeah. I think so. I just think, like, you know, the people that you're talking about that are asking those questions, like, they probably shouldn't even be allowed in those settings to ask those questions because they don't even cover the league.
Well, here's the thing. But we reached a point where I hear you, but they're going to be there. These questions are coming. And it happens in politics all the time. And you get these politicians who just, they can't speak plainly. Like, you know how they'll get a lot of left-leaning politicians to look stupid on camera? For a while, they just say something like, "Can you define a woman?" And they'd be like, blah, 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 you just sound stupid. Just speak plainly, because I know what you're trying to do, but you're losing 80% of the country when you can't define a woman. When you sound stupid defining a woman, you're on the wrong side of this argument. And one side is very good about just drilling down on those little things. They'll find little bitty things and just... So you have to know these questions are coming. So like the next presidential debate, whenever we get them, if you were running from the left, trying to be the Democratic nominee, you're going to have to at some point define a woman. Figure it out. Figure out how to not look stupid when somebody asks you to do that, because they're going to. Same thing here. If you're a WNBA player, a notable one, at this point, somebody's going to ask you how you feel about transgender rights and transgender athletes. That question is going to be put to you. Figure out an answer so that you don't look stupid on camera. It doesn't have to be mine. It probably should be Coco Gauff's, but it could be but figure it out. Too many times you see politicians and now basketball players, they just get caught on camera. But that's all these people are trying to do. They're just trying to catch you on camera and make you look stupid. Well, just work it out in the mirror before you even get to that. Figure out. I'm not saying you got to quote me. In fact, you probably shouldn't. But I'm just saying I would have that answer ready to go. And I might look back on it and go, I missed it. But I'd have it ready to go because those questions are unavoidable at this point. They're coming every week. And the WNBA, it really is, like I was talking to Michael about. I'm actually interested in the product. Like the Olivia Miles thing's amazing. What the Lynx are doing, incredible. That game last week that went to overtime, and you had the reigning champs and the reigning MVP, and then Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell and Sophie. Like, you just had all these. Like, I'm just off the top of my head, 5 years ago, I couldn't say any of this stuff. I could have named 5 WNBA players, teams. I would have known who's on a winning streak, who the reigning champ is, who the MVP is. I told Jess last week, when A'ja Wilson won her first MVP, I might not have known who that is. You just said, who's the WNBA MVP? I don't know. A'ja Wilson. Okay. Who she play for? I don't know. But now I can hit you with all this stuff, right? The league is in a good place from a product perspective. But this other stuff, man, they can't get away from it.
Yeah.
I do think it's leadership at the top. I'm not saying this would be easy for anybody, but somebody could make it look easier than the current WNBA commissioner. And I would assume she ain't long. I'd assume she ain't long for that job. Let's move on. FanFest at Simmons Bank, celebrating the University of Memphis football team this weekend. I gather it mostly went well. Maybe a little bit of a bumpy start, but the food is just affordable as they said it would be. We'll dive through the highlights next.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player, someone that's going to contribute to winning, a competitor, a high IQ player, someone that's going to play the right way. And yeah, like I said, the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets. Parrish Show. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio. Big thanks to Michael Leaves for being here. That's kind of awesome for him to have his name on a golf tournament.
That is pretty cool.
Wouldn't mind putting my name on a golf tournament. Let's
start something up, man.
I want to start a golf tournament.
Yeah, start something up. I mean, I'd recommend maybe well, you got a weird schedule anyways, but you can. Maybe October.
I think October's a good month to have a golf tournament.
Wait till that weather calms down a little bit.
Hey, I don't know
if you've seen the forecast for this weekend.
I could start a golf tournament, and we could raise money for something, couldn't we? And
it'd be fun.
And I could disguise it as I just want to raise money and do great things.
Yeah, but really,
I just want my name on a golf tournament. I could say stuff like, I'm just trying to do good things for people.
You wouldn't be the first.
Deep down, you would know. Deep down, you know me.
Yeah.
I really just want my name on a golf tournament. But I can make it look better than that. I can make it look less awful than that by, donating some money to a hospital or a charity or something. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'm willing to donate money to look good.
I'm down.
I've done it before.
I'm in. Hey, hold me a spot.
I am willing to raise money if it'll help me look good in people's eyes. I've done it before.
I bet we could work something out there.
All right. I'm going to think about that.
Cool.
I'll probably forget to think about it, but you get the point. I'd like to have my name on a golf tournament someday. Congratulations to Michael Leaves. Let's do 5 more things.
Oh, let me.
That's where you got to. You can't just sit here all day, man. You got to do something. Okay, you got to do something. All right. FanFest was out at Simmons Bank.
A little intro there changed. All right. Yes, FanFest
this weekend at New Look Simmons Bank.
Yep.
I gather it mostly went well.
Yeah, I did not go. I heard great things though. I was busy doing other things on Saturday.
It does look. I know it's not completed, and people are a little. Do you have concerns? Do you have growing concerns that the stadium will not be ready for kickoff? Do you have growing concerns?
I do not have growing concerns.
Your concerns are not growing?
I'm not worried about it at all. Haven't thought about it once, frankly.
Yes.
I did get my tickets for the home opener. Stoked about that.
I'm going too. I'm taking the whole family.
For the 30% discount that the Tigers dropped over the weekend. Hope y'all took advantage of that. But, dude, one thing that I do want to say about that, because I know you mentioned you're going to bring up the food, which I've heard that they're doing the $7
$7 meal.
Yeah, the cheaper we talked about how they've done that at Mercedes-Benz where the Falcons play. So that's awesome. And I know that I got a discount on these tickets. Dude, I got 4 tickets for under $100.
Let's do it.
I mean, you can't do that.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
You can't do that this day and age.
We took the whole family to the season opener last year. Went to Tiger Lane, tailgated, had a great time. And we're going to do it again. We're going to do it.
Yeah, I would say, out of...
I'm not somebody who can go to every game.
Yes, me either.
Because
once basketball starts,
it's just I could chalk it up to work if I want to. Here's the truth: my kids are going to be involved in stuff. Here's more truth: I ain't going to want to go to every game, right? I want to go to every game. I want to support and do my part. But I can't go to every game. Like I just gotta. There's just too much going on.
Yep.
Plus, I like being at home. But I do want to be there for the home opener. I want to see the new stadium, and I really did like just the idea of me and my boys, and my wife and Aiden and his girlfriend. Like we all went together last year, and it felt like a fun thing. And I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's that's like one of the better deals. Like if you're looking for stuff to like take your family out to do, that's like about as good as it gets. Like it's expensive to go to a sporting event these days.
4 tickets to the home opener, you got them for under $100.
Yeah.
That's going to be comparable to like you want to get 4 tickets to go see a movie at Malco.
Right.
All right. So then this is where you make it out. You mentioned the money, the food, $7 meals. You ain't eating at the movie theater for $7.
No, you're not.
No. Mm-mm. You ready? You ain't eating anywhere for $7.
No.
I just Googled McDonald's quarter pounder meal, quarter pounder with cheese meal. So what's that? A quarter pounder, some fries, and a soda, right? You know what that's going to cost you? Somewhere between $10.50 and $11.50.
Well, there you go.
But at Simmons Bank for Tiger football, I can get you a hot dog, a drink, and popcorn for $7. That's a good deal.
I like it.
So now I can take you to Tiger football game, comparable to going to the movies, and I can get food in your mouth cheaper than you can get at the movies or at McDonald's. It's a Saturday afternoon. You're probably going to drive through somewhere, fatty. Right? Mm-hmm. It's a Saturday afternoon. You're probably going to go eat fast food somewhere, fatty.
Yeah.
I can give you a hot dog and a drink and popcorn for less money at Simmons Bank while you're supporting Charles Huff and the Tigers. What's your excuse now?
No excuses.
No excuses now. Everybody should be at the games.
Yeah.
No excuses.
I'll be there.
I read there was a kid zone that was supposed to open up at 2, and maybe that didn't open up on time, and then some people were hot. But like, we can get over that, can't we?
We'll be all right.
I think we'll be all right.
We're working out the kinks, man.
Working out the kinks.
Yeah, we're working out the kinks.
Did you expect there'd be no kinks?
I guess not.
Of course there were going to be kinks.
Of course there were going to be kinks.
Of course there are going to be kinks. Working through them. Simmons Bank, what I've seen looks good. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to being inside there. And let's get them bulldozers and whatever else working a little, let's just make sure it looks pretty as it can look. When me and Bennett's family show up.
I did see that the line for the week 0 game versus UNLV has moved in the wrong direction a little bit.
What happened?
It was UNLV -3, now it's -6.
Oh no.
Tad concerning, but nothing we can't overcome. It's still within a touchdown. Still within a touchdown.
Yeah, that just sounds like maybe the odds makers don't know enough about Charles Huff and his rebuilding efforts.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's what I think, too.
I'm not going to be concerned with that. All you're telling me is I just got 3 more points.
Yeah.
All you're telling me is I did get +6 instead of +3.
Right.
All right?
Right.
All you're telling me is I'm just going to get a little better number on that money line. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait for week 0.
I can't wait for week 0.
I've never been more excited about week 0
you
in my
always
life.
wanted week 0.
I've been begging for week 0.
I know that.
Dr. Scott said, your wish is my command.
Man.
He made it happen. It's the biggest week 0 matchup in the history of the freaking sport, if we're being quite honest.
Me and Ed, we're best friends now. And he said, GP, if you could have one wish for Memphis football, what would it be? I said, on-campus stadium. He was like, calm down.
Yeah, dude, chill out.
He was like, calm down a little bit. And then he was like, Bennett, if you could have one wish for Memphis football, what would it be? And Bennett just said, week 0 game.
Week 0.
Just give me a week 0 game.
Give me week 0.
Now we got a week 0 game.
I can't wait.
It's almost here. It's almost time.
Stupid I'm going to get 9 p.m. on a Friday night. Are you kidding?
Buddy,
Or no, it's Saturday night.
Man.
Either way.
You said either way. Either way, it's gonna be hard to remember the end of it.
Man, I can't wait.
Hey, I can't wait to not remember the 4th quarter of that Memphis UNLV game.
I'm gonna be locked the F in.
I cannot wait to wake up on that Sunday morning and be like, I watched it, but let's see what happened. I'm looking forward to it now.
I am too.
All right.
It's gonna be good.
All right. Memphis football. It's just around the corner.
That it?
Yeah, I think so.
Number 2.
Dan Hurley had some interesting comments over the weekend about his growing concern with some of his colleagues in the sport adding 5th-year players in the month of August after a recent court ruling basically gave a blanket waiver to anybody who graduated high school in the class of 2022. So to catch you up on this, the NCAA has now implemented a 5-and-5 rule. We've talked about it a little bit. Moving forward, starting with this freshman class that's enrolling right now. So the Tyron Stokes class, this freshman class that's enrolling right now, this class and every class moving forward will have 5 years to play 5 years in whatever sport they play. So, you know, it used to be you could play 4 years. You could take a redshirt year and play those 4 years over 5 or even 6, but you had 4 years of eligibility. Moving forward, you're going to have 5, but you got to do it in 5 years. There are waivers, but they're limited. Well, the graduating seniors in college who just left the sport. So think of Braden Smith at Purdue and everybody like Braden Smith at Purdue who just completed their 4th year of college basketball. They looked up and said, hold up. If you're giving everybody 5 years now, why are you excluding us? You could just grandfather us into this thing.
Right.
And moving forward, it would just be this will be our 5th year. And the class after us will have 5, and after that will have 5, and everybody. But like, why are you drawing the line right here with us? Why are you cutting out of this? And in a different era, maybe they wouldn't have cared. But in this era, there's millions of dollars to be made. So you have, I don't want to say countless because I guess you could count them, but maybe dozens of basketball players, some of whom were in summer league. Like there's one dude who just signed with Arizona.
Yeah.
Who played for the Celtics in summer league out in Las Vegas. And then this ruling comes in. Now he's eligible. He signed with Arizona. So that class, they were arguing, you should allow us to be eligible. And a judge in Colorado agreed with them. And so now you get all of these players eligible. Some of them are not choosing to exercise it. Like Braden Smith is just going to stay with the Pacers. He's not coming back to college. But in theory, if he wanted to, he could. The NCAA's all-time assist leader, 4-year starter at Purdue, if he wanted to come back to college, he could. If he just said, hey, I want to come back to college right now, he could. And somebody probably pay him $5, $6, $7 million to do it. He's just not going to do it. But that's where we're at. What's crazy is that if the NCAA would have just thought through this a little bit more, they could have avoided all this. You know how you avoid it? Don't pass the rule until October.
Oh, right.
Or November.
It's too late. Yeah.
You pass the rule in November, same rule. You pass it in November. And you say, yeah, all the incoming freshmen, the people who are freshmen right now you get 5 years. And they go, woohoo. And then the class of 2022, those high school graduates, they say, well, what about us? And they say, oh, well, it's too late. You can't even enroll in school now.
Right.
And this would be your 5th year, but you can't even enroll. Or just pass it in February. Like there was a way to do this where you could avoid all this. There's always a better way to do what the NCAA does.
Yeah, man. I mean, as you're saying that, I'm just like, why didn't they do that?
I don't know. I don't even think I'm that smart. But with the NCAA, I'm constantly going, well, you could have just done it like this and avoided all this.
Yeah.
How am I smart? I don't even think I'm that smart. But how am I smarter than them? Always.
Because I immediately I saw over the weekend that Memphis is involved with a guy who had a good year at Arizona, right? And at Arizona State. And they don't have a roster spot. And it's like, well, if they really want this guy, I bet they can figure out a way to get an open roster spot, right? But it's just, I don't know, man. It seems like so unnecessary that we've come to this.
So this is what Dan Hurley's talking about, to circle it back to him. Dan just says, hey, listen, don't act like this is a victimless thing when you're just adding a 5th-year player in the middle of August because of a court ruling that came last week. Because you have already enrolled other players who think they're the starting point guard or the backup point guard, but they think they have a role on your team. You've brought in high school players who think they're going to play, and now you're just dropping a 23-year-old on top of them. Suddenly that you can play 21 minutes a game, now you're playing 3. Beyond that, I know some of you were holding back scholarships just in case this happened. It's a zero-sum game. We all get 15 scholarships. So every scholarship you were holding back for a 5th-year player in August is a scholarship you didn't give to a 17-year-old.
Right.
So don't tell me there's no victims here. There are high school graduates who aren't getting opportunities at all because of this, and then some aren't going to get the playing time you promised them. And Dan's like, that's not right. And this should be a look in the mirror moment. Yeah, it's true. You can add a fifth-year player right now. It's legal. It's within the rules. But you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. You wouldn't like it to happen to your son. If you sent your son off to a college basketball program, and in August, and in March, April, May, June, July, the college coach is telling your son, yeah, here's our roster. Here's where you fit in. This is what we expect for you. And then he moves there and he enrolls and he's got his house and he's got his contract. And then in the middle of August, you just drop in a 23-year-old who averaged 15 points per game in the Big 12 last year. And now my kid, who you promised all these things, is now on the bench. You wouldn't like that if it was your kid.
No.
All right, so then why are you doing it? And here's the problem. College athletics is filled with people who know the difference between right and wrong, but when asked to choose, almost never choose right.
Right.
It's the American way. We know there's a better way to do healthcare in this country, but there's some very powerful people making a lot of money doing healthcare this way. So then you buy the people you need to buy, and you get the votes you need to get, and you just keep it going this way. There's a better way to do it. Most other advanced nations have figured that out. But this is the most lucrative way for certain people to do it. And they're always going to do it in those interests.
Yeah.
This is just, college athletics has always been this. You know what? You ready? Does anybody think it's, you could poll 100 college basketball coaches right now and say, do you really think deep down, like forget everything, deep down, you really think professional basketball players should be coming back to college after they've been pros? They would almost all say no, almost all of them. And you go, okay, interesting. Hey, I got a former professional basketball player who's 21 years old, projected top 5 pick, and it's always been his dream to play for you and your college. Will you take him? Yeah. You just told me 7 seconds ago you don't think it's right. None of them think it's right, but they can't keep themselves from doing it. So just over the past week, North Carolina adds 1, Tennessee adds 1, Gonzaga adds 1, Arizona adds 1. I promise you I could go ask Tommy Lloyd at Arizona. I could text him and say, hey, man, how do you feel about adding 23-year-olds to your roster in the middle of August to the detriment of some high school player you signed and promised a bunch of stuff? And he'd say, yeah, that sucks. And I could say, well, why'd you do it? And he'd say, buddy, I'm competing with Kelvin Sampson.
Right.
What do you want to do? He did it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Kelvin. And that's how they rationalize it. And this is everything. This is also cheating, back when cheating was a thing. All these guys, they get into the business, they're like, I wouldn't do that. And then they get into it, and it's like, you just end up doing things you didn't think you'd do.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Because you have to. Because you feel like everybody else is doing it.
Mm.
That's the rationalization. Hey, you know you can't, back in the day, give this cash to this mom. Yeah, I know, but if I don't do it, that coach is going to do it, and that coach is going to do it, and then I don't lose the player, and then I get fired. Right. I lose the player, I get fired in 3 years. So, I mean, I know it's wrong, and I don't want to do it, but if I don't do it, somebody else is, so here you go. That's the way you rationalize everything, and that's what goes on with this. I understand Dan's point, but like I had another coach make this point to me. He said, hey, if you're going to talk about this, ask Dan, does he think it's did he rob a high school player of an opportunity when he paid Braylon Mullins $6 million to come back to school? Braylon Mullins was going to the NBA draft. He was going to be out of college. And then Dan paid him $6 million to come back to school. Mm-hmm. $5 million, whatever it was. Now that by according to Dan, that cost a high school player an opportunity because Braylon Mullins was ready to be done with college. But you brought him back to college. And it's not the same. It's not apples to oranges. I mean, it's not apples to apples, but it's like, it's sort of under the same umbrella of people at the end of the day, especially millionaire coaches, they're just going to do what's best for them and their program in their head. Not everybody would go down this path because I do think you've got some locker room dynamics you've got to be worried about. But a lot of coaches clearly would. And I'll take Dan at his word that he says he thinks it's wrong and wouldn't do it. But he's also got a preseason top 5 team. He really doesn't need to add much right now. Some of these other coaches probably feel like they do, especially at Gonzaga where they just lost a player to a pro contract 2 weeks ago. So I guess I'd bottom line it this way. I understand Dan's point. I think it has merit. But if you're trying to talk college coaches into doing what's best for the sport, well, there's just nothing in the history of college athletics that suggests that's what people do. Like, is it best for college athletics to not have a Pac-12, for the Pac-12 to die in the way that it did? No. Is it best for college athletics to have Stanford and Florida State in the same conference? No. Is it best for college athletics to expand the NCAA tournament? No. But we're not worried about what the best thing for anybody. You do what's best for you. So why do you expand the tournament? Because it's a moneymaker. It's why do you kill the Pac-12? Because it's best for the SEC, best for the Big Ten. Nobody really looks out for what's best for the sport, and this is just the latest example in a never-ending line of examples.
Number 3.
What a weekend for Kalen Culpepper. St. Benedict graduate from right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Was this on your radar at all this weekend?
I mean, it was once I saw other people talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give credit to Matt Infield. Action News 5, he tweeted about it first, put it on my radar, and just made for a fun Friday night. So, Kalen Culpepper, wonderful story. Played, born here in Memphis, played at St. Benedict. His senior year at St. Benedict, he hit .394 with 6 homers, 30 RBI, 30 stolen bases. And then he enrolled at Kansas State University, played in the Big 12, started 48 games as a freshman at third base, started again as a sophomore, and then after his sophomore year, ended up playing for Team USA and in the Cape Cod League. My buddy Pete Gillen, who works with me, former college basketball coach, he has a house in that part of the country, and he, during the summer, just goes and watches baseball in the Cape Cod League all the time. And he'll call me. There'll be some Mets prospect in the Cape Cod League, and he just loves going out there and watching baseball. So Kalen played in that and was apparently great, and then moved to shortstop for his junior season at Kansas State. Hit .328, 11 homers, 59 RBI, and then 17 stolen bases. So hit for average, hit for power. He can run. That's obviously a great combination. The Twins end up taking him with the 21st overall pick in the first round of the 2024 Major League Baseball draft. And now, roughly 2 years later, he gets called up on Friday. Right in the middle of a playoff race at the age of 23. And in his second career at-bat, Twins Brewers in Milwaukee on Friday night. Kyra, show him what happened.
Trying to replicate that kind of spin.
Culpepper in the air to left center field and deep. This one some carry to the truck, to the wall, and it's gone! Kalen Culpepper!
That's the family.
His first major league hit is a home run, and this is a one-run game in Milwaukee.
This is the second time that I've been on the mic this year that we've had a guy hit a homer, so I think I need to be on the mic a few more times.
What a moment. Awesome.
That is cool.
And so it was just a moment where it reiterated something I've said a few times over the past few years, which is that we think of Memphis as a basketball city because of the Tigers, because of the Grizzlies, because of Penny Hardaway and Elliot Perry and all the other great basketball talents who have come through here. But in reality, you just do the numbers. This area produces way more baseball talent than it does basketball talent. We have way more baseball players from the area playing Division I baseball than Division I basketball. Way more players in Major League Baseball than we have in the NBA. And in terms of all-stars and that kind of stuff, it's not even close. We produce more baseball elite talent than we do basketball. And it was evident right there in that game. Friday night, and I didn't have it on, but then Matt tweeted what he tweeted, and then I turned it on because I turned on the Brewers broadcast because it would be Brian Anderson, our buddy we just went on the golf trip with. He'd be calling the game. And so I just realized as I turned it on, just in that random big league game on Friday night, Brewers Twins, both teams in position to make the playoffs. So big game. Both starting shortstops were from here. Kalen Culpepper from St. Benedict and Cooper Pratt is the starting shortstop for the Brewers. He just got called up this year too, but he graduated high school from Magnolia Heights down in Senatobia. So Kalen Culpepper from Memphis and Cooper Pratt graduated high school 42 miles south of Memphis. Like on my little guy's baseball team, he plays with kids from Senatobia. They grow up looking up to that guy.
Yeah.
And so there was a big league game on Friday night between two possible playoff teams, and the starting shortstops were both from this area. Just kind of a cool thing. I've given up on baseball this season. I can't watch it. I hate the Mets. They stink. So it was kind of nice to have a baseball game to watch and be interested in. Like, we turned it on. I was like, hey, like, I kind of like my boys seeing that. Like, hey, this guy's, he probably played on the same field as you're playing on. And this guy, I know he played on the same field as you're playing on. They're both from here. You know people who know both of them dudes, and they're the starting shortstops in a big league baseball game tonight. It was a fun Friday night.
Good stuff.
Kalen got to start on Friday, got to start on Saturday, did not start on Sunday, I assume, to avoid the righty-righty matchup against Jacob Mizorowski. And Mizorowski, by the way, made history yesterday. Got to 200 strikeouts. He's the first one to get there this season. He's the big hard thrower for the Brewers, like phenom, who, when the Brewers get to the playoffs, he'll be like the star of that. When we were at the Brewers-Mets game a few weeks ago, I think I told this story. We were sitting in the dugout, and Vernon got in a long conversation with somebody over here. Like, we're literally sitting in the dugout. And Vernon's talking to somebody over here, and I'm just sort of just observing. Like, Francisco Lindor's over there taking ground balls, and, I'm just sort of watching that from the Brewers dugout. And we get up and leave after 15, 20 minutes, whatever. I talked to the Cooper Pratt kid from Senatobia and made that connection. And then we're leaving the dugout, and Vernon's like, man, I wish Jacob Mizorowski would have been there. I'd have liked to seen him. I was like, dude, he was sitting right next to you. It was like Vernon was like this, about talking to this guy, and Mizorowski was right here the whole time. I was like, you could have hit him with this hand, just like this. Seemed like a nice young man, just drinking a big bottle of water. I don't know. If I know two things about Jacob Mizorowski, it's that he throws really hard and stays hydrated.
Good.
Throws really hard and stays hydrated. So, Brewers, Twins, fun series this weekend. Mizorowski made history yesterday. But for our purposes, the story was Kalen Culpepper. Congratulations. First career home run, first career hit. Hopefully, many more to come.
Number 4.
I see you getting excited about your Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit.
You got a
I didn't want to do this.
You got a number 1 overall pick at quarterback, and now you got a top 5 pick at wide receiver. What else do you need to move the ball down the field?
I think that combo is a great start. They, by all accounts, they had like their big open practice scrimmage thing this weekend, and had the fans come out. Devin was there. Devin actually went out and covered it. But by all accounts, Cam and Carnell Tate were like putting on a bit of a show.
Kyra, do we have the touchdown? Do we have
can we see the practice?
Look at this. Ben and I know. How many times do you watch that?
Tap. My God.
How many times do you watch that?
Wait, watch Cam here. Watch Cam here. Look, get out of here. Push the safety out of the way. Get your ass out of here.
You're getting fired up. You're starting to believe.
Watch Cam Ward at the end of this. Watch it. Spike that. Watch Cam. Move. Y'all can't guard him.
Y'all can't.
Get your ass out of the way.
Is it concerning to you? Do we know? And I'm asking from a place of ignorance. Mm-hmm. But do we know? Because on one hand, it could be Cam Ward and Carnell Tate looking awesome. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, it could just be them completing passes against the Titans. I think me and you could maybe do that.
They're completing passes against a Robert Saleh defense.
Oh, that's a different way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a different way to put it. That's a different way to put it.
Excuse me.
That's a different way to put it.
So I would venture that this is the most difficult passes Cam has ever had to throw at a Titans practice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I was looking at it wrong.
Yeah, you're looking at it wrong.
I think I was looking at it wrong.
Yeah, they're doing that against a Robert Saleh defense.
Do you expect... the half-point way of the season to still be like, we got a chance. It's something.
No,
you don't care.
No. I don't have any expectations.
Zero expectations.
No. Don't get it twisted. I'm very excited about the season and the new era. Do I have expectations? No, I don't.
No expectations.
No, but I'm excited. I mean, but again, apparently, a lot of buzz coming from Cam and Carnell's connection. He completed a bunch of passes to Wayndale Robinson, new acquisition that they brought in for the Giants. Gunnar Helm has been making a noise, the tight end. There was a rookie out of Texas last year. So I think the offense has potential to surprise some people. They gotta keep that offensive line together and hope that thing can be outside of the bottom of the league like it has been the past couple seasons, but They got some fun guys on that offense. So
we're going to get our first look Thursday.
Including a guy that I've got to get this jersey, but I don't know how much longer, he'll be a Titan. I got to get a Tony Pollard jersey.
I get you a Tony Pollard jersey.
I got to get a Tony Pollard. I've got to get a Tony Pollard Titans jersey.
We can get you one of those.
Yeah.
I bet those aren't hard to
have
find.
to.
8 o'clock Thursday night, NFL Network, Titans at 49ers.
Can't wait.
Big night.
Revenge for Robert Saleh. Now, I'm sure he loved his time there.
Yeah, but still.
We're getting revenge week 1 against the Jets.
Hey, the 49ers coach, you think he'll be there? Is he back yet? What's going on with him?
I think he's still recovering from his car crash.
Did he blame it on Tesla auto driving?
No, he blamed it on himself. He fell on the sword. Shanahan, yeah, he fell on the sword.
But he said it was on autopilot.
Oh, he was driving a Tesla. I thought you were kidding.
No. Shanahan said he was driving his car on autopilot before the accident. Dropping a phone, it falling all the way to my back seat to where I have to fully take my eyes off the road. It's something that I normally wouldn't do. I've had autopilot for 9 years, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. Who knows what happened when I turned around, whether it malfunctioned or whether I knocked it off. That's something I don't know. Yeah, I know what you did, buddy. You knocked it off.
He knocked off the auto drive?
You can do that.
Is it just like as easy as like the click of a button, like right there in front of you?
Here's what happened. I'm telling you what happened.
Okay.
When you have it on self-driving.
Yeah.
Like I'm not joking.
That's insane. I would never do that.
I just don't even.
I could never bring myself to that point.
You say that, and if you got in the car with me and I put it on Mad Max, they have a Mad Max style.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's like standard. They nickname them. It's goofy.
Yeah.
It's like standard, and then you have calm. You can be like calm, like I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Like calm or chill, whatever it is. And then standard, and then it's like you can go the hurry mode. And hurry mode is like, all right, we know the speed limit, but we don't really care that much. And then I think the next one, top of the line, is Mad Max. And buddy, if I put you in next to me in Mad Max, I just sit like this, and you would freak out because we'd be the car just going, buddy. They don't care about you.
I don't like that.
Okay, but here's the thing. You can always jerk the wheel and take over.
Right.
I can always take over at any point. You want to know what happened? Yeah, I know what happened. Show me that.
Oh, he bent down to get his phone and he hit his steering wheel and then took it out of auto drive.
Something like that.
Yeah.
One of those bent down, hit the wheel, hit something that took it out of auto drive. Then you hit the wheel. Now the car's turning. Bam.
Yeah.
That's driver error. That's driver error. That's why I don't even get close to the wheel when I'm self-driving.
I don't think I
try to sit like you put the wheel right there. I go like this. I try to get way over here. I don't want to be anywhere close to it.
Like I'm scared of going to a big city and getting in one of those without the people.
We did that. Kelly and I did that.
I'm never doing that.
Kelly and I did that somewhere recently. Where were we? I don't know.
I'm never doing that.
We did it somewhere.
How was it?
It dropped us off at the way wrong place.
Yeah, dude. I'm not doing that. I'm too scared to do that.
It dropped us off like 2 blocks farther away than we should have been.
All these hackers we got. I'm scared like I'm going to be in the car and like some hacker's going to like hack into it and be like, you're effed now, buddy, and start like going crazy on the roads.
I mean, I have had that thought, just like, things do mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
But it hadn't really messed. We'll get confused sometimes with maps. Like, I've had times where, I'm not going to say it's perfect. I've had times where I need to be getting on 55 South and it's just pretending that it doesn't know that, and I'm like, hey, man. 55 South's right there.
Right.
But by and large, it's great. And I'm very comfortable with it. You're not comfortable with it at first. You're like, oh my God. But at this point, like yesterday in the middle of the day, I just had to go somewhere. I had to run an errand. And it was about a 15-minute drive just through the city. I had to run an errand. And I watched TV the whole time. I mean, I just looked up and I was where I needed to be. But I paid no attention to what was going on. None. Zero. None. I just looked up. It was like, okay, I'm here. But that I wouldn't have even known who I passed. Somebody tweeted me one time, and they were like, I just saw you driving down the road, just like sit back like this, eating a hamburger or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you would not be comfortable at first, but you would get very comfortable. Very comfortable.
Okay.
But this is user error. I think this is Kyle Shanahan.
Sounds like it.
User error. He tried to disparage self-driving. I don't like it when people do that. I'm a big proponent of self-driving. In the chats, it was asked, can you fall asleep? Yes, I do all the time. I'm not proud of this. When I die in a car wreck, I know this is going to come back to haunt me. I got it. I understand. This is all going to be funny when I burn to death in a Tesla. I got it. Ha, ha, ha. But I'm just saying I've reached a point where I am unconcerned when I have on self-driving. And, yeah, they got cameras on you at all times. But if you want to know the truth, I'll tell you the truth. You can put on sunglasses, take your hat, do this, sit like this. And yeah, you could fall asleep, no problem.
Dang.
You could fall asleep, no problem.
I'm just not there with my level of trust yet.
I was trying to explain it to like Matt Norland and my buddies that do the other podcast with, because they couldn't grasp it. And I sent them a video, and the video is just me driving down the road, driving like this.
Damn.
And just like this, going down the interstate. Yes, yeah. But you can't
be
bump,
me.
But you can't bump your steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That's driver error.
Sounds like it. It sounds like he'll be ready to catch the game on Thursday, too.
I'm pro self-driving, and I think Kyle Shanahan should be a little more careful.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Number 5.
All right, there's an In-N-Out lawsuit, Bennett. In-N-Out is being sued.
Okay.
Animal style. They're being sued animal style. Let me tell you what's going on. So there's this woman, and I want to get her name for you. There's a woman, and her name's Ariana Rodriguez.
Okay.
She works at In-N-Out, has worked there for years. It's an In-N-Out in California. And she had a manager for a long time, and she likes to go to church on Sundays. And the manager was like, okay, well, then you can have Sundays off. You don't have to work on Sundays. Go to church. It's the Lord's Day, or whatever you say to people when they're going to church. And so she just did that for the longest time, and then she'd work at In-N-Out on other days, but not on Sundays because that's the Lord's Day. Well, at In-N-Out, I gather sometimes they change managers, right? Nothing lasts forever, even at In-N-Out. So they get a new manager come in, and this new manager doesn't care nearly as much about Ariana's church as the previous manager. So the new manager was like making the schedule. And they put Ariana down like, you got open on Sunday. And she's like, but I go to church on Sunday. And they were like, no, what you do on Sunday is you work at In-N-Out on Sunday because you're employed here. I'm the manager. We're open 7 days a week. And we all work on Sundays sometimes. And just, I don't know what was going on with you and your other manager, but this is In-N-Out. And we are open on Sundays, and you're going to need to work on Sundays. So she filed a complaint against the In-N-Out. And the complaint kind of was ignored and whatever. Didn't really go anywhere. And then she found like they started finding like, you know, then she'd have a little disciplinary thing here, disciplinary thing there. And they thought like, okay, they're trying to build a case against me to get me out of here because now they're tired of me and my church schedule. So now she has filed a religious discrimination suit against In-N-Out.
Okay.
How you feel about this?
I mean, you know, respect that she's, you know, wants to be a good church-going person and go to church and be there every Sunday.
Sure.
Nothing but respect.
Got no problem with that. That's what you want to do it.
On the flip side, you do work at In-N-Out, and they're open on Sundays,
That's right.
and you might have to work on Sundays sometimes.
Yeah, throw it out of court. Throw it out of court and make her pay lawyers' fees. What are you talking about? By the way, in the United States of America, yes, an employer can make an employee work on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very normal thing.
I mean, should go work at Chick-fil-A.
That's the thing.
Go work at Chick-fil-A.
Go to Chick-fil-A. Hey,
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Go to Chick-fil-A. They're not open on Sundays. You can go to church as much as you want.
Yeah.
Good Sunday morning and Sunday evening if you want to.
Yeah, I'm not.
What do you think? That Sunday morning, Sunday evening thing, that's a hard turnaround. That would be a hard turnaround for me.
Did you just like bring this up I can like talk about how I'm like a bad person and don't go to church?
Oh, no. I don't think you're a bad person.
Okay,
You don't go to church.
Okay.
I don't go to church either. Ever.
I feel bad for not taking my kids to church.
I don't. I do.
Me and my wife talk about it sometimes.
I'm aware sometimes because my boys will go to church with other people.
Uh-huh.
I don't stand in the way. I don't need that. I don't stand in the way
Like
of
they'll
it.
do a sleepover on a Saturday and then no, Ray, we're going to church. Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. I don't
We all
care.
been there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't feel bad not going to church. I just, for me, even if I were religious, I just wouldn't want to get up and put on a tie every Sunday morning. Like I would just rather play golf or, you know, watch CBS Sunday mornings. Like that's like, I mean, if you get something, this is the plainest way I can say it. If you as a person get something out of going to church on Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, whenever you want to do it, by all means do that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I would hate that.
You're Careful.
I don't. You ready for this? I don't mean I would hate going to church. Although, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy it. I'm just being honest. I don't think I'm telling secrets.
Okay.
But I'm saying the act of getting up and going to this place every Sunday morning and then having to do it again on Sunday night, and then I would hate that. I would just I think in marriages, you could work through a lot of different things, and God knows we have. That would be a problem in my marriage. If I were married to somebody who said, hey, listen, I just grew up going to church every Sunday morning, and I'm going to go to church every Sunday morning, and I want my family in church every Sunday morning, and I want you there every Sunday morning. That would be a huge problem.
For me, it's literally as simple as Sundays is it's every Sunday we wake up super early, and I take the kids to go do something. And I guess it could be church like that. that technically that'd probably be the right thing.
If I were married to somebody,
we go on our little adventures on Sunday mornings.
And I would rather stay at home or go play golf. Honestly, and I don't know if that makes me selfish or what. I don't know what that makes me, but there's just something I'd rather do. And if I were married to somebody who demanded my presence in church every Sunday morning, I don't know that would work. I think that's probably where I would draw the line. Just be like, hey, I'll be respectful of you, and if that's where you think you need to be, but I don't think I need to be there every Sunday morning. That's not where I want to be. I would not. That's not the way I want to spend my time. So I would have no patience for this woman.
No, yeah, it sounds like you're on the side of the manager for sure. The new manager. Yeah,
I was thinking through this.
Well, the old manager shouldn't have set the precedent. Old manager
set a terrible precedent. Probably just trying to be nice.
Yeah,
but also set a terrible precedent.
No, because then you can have other employees come and say the same thing.
But the thing that this Ariana Rodriguez doesn't seem to understand is that just because your old manager allowed you to not work on Sundays so you could go to church doesn't mean you have a right to not work on Sundays and go to church. It just means you had a nice manager who was like, other managers were like, my wife owns a store. She makes schedules. And she'll give one of her little high school girls a Friday night off because they want to go do. That just means she has a nice manager, a Friday off.
Right.
That just means my wife is a nice, accommodating manager. But it doesn't mean you have some legal right to be off on Fridays if you work at a children's store, or Sundays if you work at an In-N-Out. And so I was trying to think, put it in my world, and I was thinking about this. What if on Sunday morning they said, "Hey, GP, starting this season, every Sunday morning during the season, without exception, every Sunday morning for 5 months, we need either you or Matt Norlander on camera, CBS Sports HQ, at 9 a.m., and then again at 10 a.m., and then again at 11 a.m., leading up to our college basketball games on CBS. And the truth is, Matt goes to church every Sunday morning. So it can't be him, so it's got to be you. We would fight over that.
Right.
Yeah. I would say, I can be respectful of Matt going to church every Sunday, but I play golf.
He's gonna have to go every other Sunday.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go every other Sunday.
Right.
Because I'm not going to mess up my Sunday mornings just so he doesn't, in his mind, have to mess up his. And the religious component doesn't matter to me at all. I'm sure he wants to be in church every Sunday morning, and I'm respectful of that. I know how this sounds, but I want to be on the golf course on Sunday mornings, and I'm going to need him to be respectful of that. It's my time, just like that's his time. We're just choosing to spend our time different ways, but that's where I want to be. And the idea that I would have to be on camera every Sunday morning because he can't miss church, absolutely not. I would say find me a new coworker, because I don't want to work with somebody like that. If you're messing up my schedule because you got to be in church every Sunday morning, that's not okay with me. We did have a person who worked with us at some point in television and then stopped working with us, and it was because they did not want to work Sundays. And it was like, well, we're at the Final Four. You're going to need to work on a Sunday, We have double headers on CBS, lots of Sundays.
Yeah.
And they were just like, I don't work on Sundays.
I mean, in our line of work, Sundays are pretty big.
Yeah. It was like, I don't work. It was like, I don't work on Sundays. And they were like, well, you can't work here. It's not religious discrimination. It's just like, we work on Sundays.
Yeah.
We work on Christmas. We work on Thanksgiving. You can't name a day, any day that I haven't worked on.
Right.
Right. And so that's the way work is sometimes, right? Go get a job at Chick-fil-A.
I need to take my kids to church.
Yeah.
I
mean, listen, if somebody wanted to make the argument after being around my kids that they need to be in church, I'd be pretty foolish not to at least consider that.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least somebody's taking them for you.
I think they might need a bar of soap in their mouth before they need church, or maybe both. So I'm open. I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
But put me on Team In-N-Out here. Hey, we're running a hamburger joint.
Still waiting on my In-N-Out, by the way. Let's get that train rolling.
Let's get that train rolling.
Been waiting on that In-N-Out in East Memphis for a long time.
Hey, we sell hamburgers around here, and we sell them 7 days a week. If you don't want to work on Sundays, you need to go to Chick-fil-A and sell spicy chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Over here at In-N-Out, we're doing animal-style burgers.
Yeah.
And we sell them on Sundays, and we're going to need you to be here. Ariana, take it to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see you Sunday morning.
Sounds good.
Be back with Carry Out.
Pressure-packed moment in sports, hands down, has to be shootout in the World Cup. Because I am a casual fan of the beautiful game called football. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to throw up for all of these teams, for every kick.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Whole city turns up. Where the best belong. Never love. Shit, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love. Yeah, never love. Bluff City show out, gotta never love, never love. Shit, never love. Got soul, got heart, got pride, gotta never love. Yeah, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
A chance to win free Sonic. Just hit the link pinned in the YouTube chat to enter for a Sonic gift card. Jump into the chat, hang with us, and maybe even eat free Sonic 2. Let's wrap this up with Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Just saw this story come across this morning. Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, returned to practice earlier today after an 11-day absence. You been following the story?
Yeah, his son shot his mother in the arm. Is that right? I think I'm right on that.
Multiple gunshot wounds.
Jeez.
She was in intensive care, is now in stable condition. But yeah, Eric Bieniemy's 27-year-old son, the couple's 27-year-old son, has been arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm, and commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling, according to authorities. Just a nightmare.
Do we know anything about the? Has anything come out about the son? Like,
well, I think you can reasonably conclude he was struggling in some ways.
Something's
I mean, it's a little bit like the Rob Reiner story,
right?
You know, which is the worst story.
God, that's the worst story ever. Yeah,
it's just hard. Like, as a parent, as you know, all you ever want is for your kids to be okay. That's
right.
It. I think people think before you have children, you think all these things. Maybe you don't, but like, I hope my kid is a great baseball player or a football player. I want her to be the star that you
always know what kind of parent you're going to be until you have kids and are actually living in it. Yeah,
that's it.
Right.
You just want them to be okay. All right. Like, I grew up playing sports, and I guess there was a part of me that's like, you know, then I'll have boys and they'll do this, and like,
then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to parent like this, and I'm going to no.
My oldest son played almost nothing. Just it never took. He tried everything, it never took. And he's the best. Mm-hmm. Like, if I could somehow make the other two just like him, I'd snap my fingers and do it. Because he seems like he's happy and healthy and doing well, and like, whew, that's all you want. I don't care about anything else. Every time I see him, he looks happy. I don't need anything else. And then you look at these stories, whether it's the Rob Reiner story, like, they died just trying to help their son.
Yep.
Literally. Do you know why they even took him to that Conan O'Brien party that night? Because they were scared to leave him alone. They were scared to leave him alone.
Yep.
So they took him to the party. He got all weird and crazy, and they had to get him out of the party. And then they went home, and he killed him. And this is at least under the same umbrella. I don't know much about the son, but I bet you the Bieniemys, husband and wife, mother and father, have been dealing with stuff for a while, just hoping the kid will get better, everything will be okay. And then this, it's just a yucky story.
It is.
It
made me sad when I saw it. For
you
sure.
just want your kids to be okay, and if they're not, at least you hope they don't. It doesn't ruin your life or end it with the Riders. I hope my kid's okay, but if he's not in my life, it's a hard. That's tough. So it does sound like she's going to survive, but still, that's a messy and ugly and just. I think when you're a family, you probably never assume you're going to have to deal with something like this.
No,
you probably never. I can never get these. You know, life's weird. It takes you a lot of different directions. But there was a moment where this baby came out, and they were just like, "Look at our little boy," and that was the happiest moment of their life. And you fast forward 27 years, and you get to that moment. A lot of stuff happens in between those two things, but I'm always fascinated by how you go from that moment to that moment.
Right.
Anyway, Eric Bieniemy's back at practice this morning.
Good.
Hopefully, everything goes well from here.
What's today's biggest game?
Major League Baseball possible NL playoff preview in San Diego tonight.
Okay.
Brewers Padres, Petco Park, 8:40 first pitch. Let me get you some numbers on this thing. We've got Milwaukee at -120 on the road with Logan Henderson on the mound. Padres, I can give them to you at +100. Casey Mize on the bump. He, of course, born in Springfield, Alabama.
I think I will just go Brewers.
Let's go
here.
Brewers.
Yeah.
I'm liking the Brewers. Their shortstop's from Magnolia Heights. Brian Anderson's the play-by-play guy. They got Jacob Mizorowski. Christian Yelich is still hanging around.
Yeah.
They got the best record in baseball. Let's take the Milwaukee Brewers. I like it, Bennett. -120 tonight on the road. First pitch, 8:40. You can watch it on ESPN Unlimited.
What are we watching on TV?
House of the Dragon season finale last night. Did you consume?
Of course I did. I read the books.
I know you read the books.
It's I gather the response is mixed just from what I've seen scouring the internet. I thought it was a great finale.
I liked
really,
it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I finished it this morning. We're not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, no,
I finished it this
spoilers.
morning.
A lot of things happen.
A lot of stuff going on. That Rhaenyra's wild.
She's wild.
She's wild, buddy.
So
Rhaenyra is wild.
So next season, season 4, is the final season. They're going to wrap this story up. It's not coming out till 2028.
God,
so
I don't even know if I'll still be here.
Dude, someone was making the point this morning. Like, man, remember like when we were all obsessed with Lost?
Sure.
Brother, they cranked out like 30 episodes a year. Like, what happened?
What
like,
happened?
Why are we? I understand like the scale, Game of Thrones. I get it, but like, dude, it doesn't even take this long to make movies. Why are we doing and it's only 8 episodes that are all less than an hour apiece. Why are we gonna wait till 2028?
I can't answer those questions. I'm not equipped to answer those questions.
Like, this show has been on forever, and we're only gonna get 4 seasons out of it.
Let's see. When did House of the Dragon actually start?
It's like a decade ago.
Is
This
that true?
Dude, it's been out forever. It's been out forever. Not a decade.
Okay. House of the Dragon.
I'll say 2020.
Okay. Let's just see. Season 1 was 2022.
Okay. So now, okay.
So we've had 3 seasons in 5 years. And it'll be 3 seasons in 6 because we're not going to have one in 27.
Right.
So we will have done, it's basically an every other year thing.
It better deliver.
It better deliver.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm real proud of myself. I don't want to sit here pat myself on the back all day, but I'm real proud of myself. I told you I had watched episode 1 of House of the Dragon season 3, and then I think I started traveling a lot, and then I just didn't focus. I lost focus. I lost focus. And then it was a hard show for me to catch up on because I felt so behind, and there's so many characters.
Yeah.
I just get bogged down. And so I would try to watch episode 2, and I'd be like, now who's this again? And I'd have to pause it. And then I'd be like Googling, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, sure, I remember that. And then 2 minutes later, I'm like, now who is this again? Because if I don't understand everything that's going on, I got to stop right there and understand everything. Like, the way my wife and I watch TV is completely differently. She just will wander in and out the kitchen, in the room. She'll be walking over here, whatever, the show's going. And she doesn't care. She just figures she got what she got, and that's enough. And she's a great TV watcher.
Yep.
I have to see everything. Like, if we're sitting down watching TV and you say, hey, how was your day? I have to pause it. I'd be like, day's fine. I thought we were watching TV. Now we're talking. I thought we were watching TV. Because I can't do both things at the same time. And then you add in the dynamic House of Dragon where I don't even know who's who. And it just became too much. I got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I tried to push forward this weekend, Saturday. I said, I'm just going to turn this on, and I'm not going to stop it. And if I pick up my phone, that's fine. And if I want to do a little bit of top 25 and 1 work over here, that's fine. I'm just going to let it keep playing. And there are going to be people pop on the screen. I'm not going to know who they are. I'm not going to remember who they were. But I'm just going to let it go. And I'm going to pick up on it. And then I'm going to read the recaps after each episode. And I'm just going to get there. And that's what I did. That's very hard for me. I pushed through.
Feel good about it?
I feel great. I feel great. I told Jess earlier, it's a little bit like, imagine if you were trying to speak Spanish to me. And I was trying to learn Spanish. And I had it pretty good. Like, I could basically understand what you're saying. But instead of just listening to you and letting you go, I stopped you every time you said something I didn't understand. I just said, oh, hold up, stop there. What was that again? Instead of just letting you go. And I'll get most of it. I won't get every word. I'll get most of it. But by the time you're done, I'll understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the way I had to trick myself into watching House of the Dragon. I'm not going to understand every word. I'm not going to know exactly what's going on. But by the end of it, I'll get it. I'll have what I need to have. And then the recaps can fill in the blanks. And I just went right through it. And it got me in time to start episode 8 last night, fell asleep, woke up this morning, finished it. I'm 2 thumbs up.
Good.
And so much better prepared to watch season 4 in 2 years. Because now I know how to do it.
Good.
Now I know how to do it. I didn't know how to do this. I thought you had to stop every time you didn't know something. Turns out that'd take you 7 hours. You could just let it keep going.
I really enjoyed this season. I'm very excited about it.
Rhaenyra's wild.
They better give her the Emmy, bro. I'm telling you, I don't even know who she's up against. She better win the Emmy.
She's DTF all the time.
Well, I think that's part of like her responsibilities, probably.
She's ready to go. Anybody, anytime.
Yeah.
She's wild.
She's wild. She's the best. We love her.
I think Richie from The Bear season 5 should win all the awards. The Richie character in the Bear season 5 should win all the awards.
Okay, we haven't finished that yet. So
I don't know what awards he's going to be up to, but he should deserve all the awards. But Renera's wild.
Yeah, we got to give Emma the Emmy.
Is that her real name?
Emma Darcy.
Yeah, I know her as Renera. I call her Renera. Anyway, 2 thumbs up for me.
Me too.
Now I got to find something new to watch.
Yeah.
All right, I will.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Let's reconvene.
Don't worry about me.
What's the best thing we've read?
Hey, Matt Snyder over at CBSSports.com. He's got his MLB power rankings over there. Number 1, best record in baseball. It's the Milwaukee Brewers. 74-44. He's got the Dodgers down to number 5. Obviously, there aren't 4 teams better than the Dodgers, but they've lost 6 of 8.
I know, man.
They're struggling a little bit.
Ohtani.
Maybe money can't buy you everything.
Ohtani, where's the home runs, man? Where are they? Been waiting all season. Please hit a home run.
I mean, he's probably he's not even having the greatest season for him. He's probably still going to win the MVP.
I count on that. I mean, it was such a sure thing for forever. It's concerning.
Well, for
multiple reasons.
Maybe he'll get back to that. But right now, they're 5th in Matt Snyder's power rankings. Your Orioles are down to 20th.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso homered twice yesterday, I saw.
I know. We're still moving forward.
Okay, and the Mets are down at 25. There's only 30 teams in MLB. The Mets spent more money than all of them and still can't be in the top 24 of Matt Snyder's power rankings. If you're wondering why I hate baseball, the answer lies right there.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's going to be Tuesday. All right?
Okay.
Do you know this? I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
You're not going to be here tomorrow?
I mean, I'm going to be at the show. I'm going to host the show. I got to go to New York.
Okay.
I'm going to New York today.
Okay.
But I'll be back tomorrow night.
Okay.
But we're going to do the show live from New York tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm going for it. Ask me why I'm going.
What's going on?
I got to do a photo shoot.
Oh, is this like the get ready for the season kind of thing?
No. It's, I think, don't tell anybody this.
Okay.
I think they might be moving the Eye on College Basketball podcast to Paramount Plus.
How about that?
So when you go to watch Landman.
You guys have really had a come up over the past couple years.
So when you go to watch Landman, you might instead watch me.
Yeah.
I would watch Landman.
I've never watched it, so I don't
Billy Bob's great. Way better than I am.
Okay.
In every way, I would assume. I would watch Billy Bob Thornton way before I'd watch me. But they said you gotta have new photos. How do you think I should pose? Like this?
Don't do that.
Like this?
That's okay. I still probably wouldn't.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly to New York.
Yeah.
And then it'd be good to be back. I haven't been there in a minute, so it'd be nice to get back.
That must be nice. I've never been. I wouldn't know.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all about it someday.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna tell y'all about it someday. And so
I have 3. I'm trying to get to New York before I turn 40 at the end of the year.
Okay.
And it's a part of my bucket list. Everything to cross off before I turn 40. Like, what a stupid thing to do, but I do it to myself for some reason.
Hey, you know what? You're going to find this more true as you age. You will get to a point where it's like, hey, I need to be doing things. Like, these are things I said I was going to do, and I need to do
in my
them.
life. Yeah, so I gotta get there. We're going to try to get there for a weekend at some point between now and December 22nd. Yeah.
You have to. You got to do things. Like, I told Vernon this when we were on that golf trip. Like, there's going to be a time where, like, right now, I know I'm old, but like I can still basically do anything I want to do.
Yeah.
There will be a time where I can't. There will be a time where I can't walk Whistling Straits and Aaron Hills and Blue Mountain on back-to-back days.
Yeah.
I can do it now, but I probably how many more years of that do I have?
Yeah.
10?
I'm
15?
That's true.
I don't know, right?
It's so true.
And so I'm a big believer in now. There is nothing you could say to me that if it's on the list of things I'd like to do, I've thought about, man, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to go there. You say it to me now, and you're like, I'm willing to go. Let's plan it.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. I'll plan. I'll figure it out. Let's go.
I'm hoping, our schedule, the NBA schedule is going to drop probably sometime this week. At least that's what the reporting is suggesting. And so I'm hoping that the Grizzlies will travel to MSG at some point in the first half of the season. And then I'm going to talk to my boy Eric Hasseltine and say, hey, could I just do the pregame and everything with you can we maybe secure a media pass and I could just do the game with you at MSG and then maybe me and my wife can enjoy New York for a day?
What if I put the wife in the Towel Club with Wally Zerbiak?
Dude, I'm just saying, but that's a lot. I mean, obviously you're counting on that game to land at a certain at a certain point. So we'll see.
If Eric Hasseltine can get you a radio pass, I can get Kara into the Talc nightclub with Wally Zerbiak. Now, you might lose her to Wally Zerbiak. That's something you're
okay.
That's something you're going to have to worry about.
That's all right.
But, all right, Bennett, it's shaping up. So I got to fly there tonight. And then I'm going to go have a nice, table for one dinner. I love those. And then I'm going to wake up in the morning, do the show. And then I'm going to go take some pictures.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fly back home.
Good.
Simple as that.
Love it.
All right. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the day. I'm fired up.
Sounds good, man. I'll be interested to hear about your excursions.
Oh, man, I'm going to have some excursions.
Good.
It's probably not going to be nearly as exciting as I'm trying to make it sound. It'd probably just be airport to the hotel, go to sleep, wake up, do a show, go take some pictures, go back to the airport, fly back home. That'd probably be the gist of it. But I'm going to try to make it out more than that.
Good.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. And we will meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.